Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are well. So, I'm behind on a lot of words because I've been extremely busy, but this is a very fresh word, and I think that this is the one that needs to go out first before the rest of them. The Lord mentioned Deuteronomy 15, okay? And I knew right away that when He mentioned this book, that this is confirmation that lives are going to change. Breakthroughs are being released in this current moment for many people, okay? But I want to tell you guys something. And I told you guys this, I think, weeks back about debt. Many of you guys who are waiting for God's promises, you are going to be debt free. And I know when people think about debt, they always think about like money or equity or things like that. But debt also can be spiritual, and it can also be debt from your bloodline, okay? From your bloodline, meaning that whatever was going on or whatever covenant that was made in your bloodline, which has caused many of your family members to be in this cycle, patterns, or wickedness, or whatever it is that's going on in your family, right? That debt has been gone from your life. God has broken you free from that debt. He has broken you free from that covenant, okay? He has set you apart. He has set you apart, and you are going to accumulate generational wealth. The next generations after you are going to be saved because of the cancellation of the debt, because of the breaking of chains, okay? Because of all what you are going to be accumulating in this lifetime, the Lord is setting you up for generational prosperity, for generational wealth for your bloodline, a legacy, okay? He is setting you up for that, all right? However, many of you guys, this is why things have been so difficult for you. This is why you have been, always consistently under attack. This is why it feels like you have to fight harder than the average person just to receive the basics. And it's because there was a covenant that was taken in your bloodline. There was a contract that was taken in your bloodline, and this contract was supposed to go on forever, okay? As in, every generation is being given to this contract, right? However, when you came in the picture, when God set you apart, when God has appointed you the prophet before you were even born, before God even formed you in the womb, He called you for this. And due to this, this is the cycle that you're also breaking. But this is why, again, this is why you are under heavy attack, because you are breaking something from the bloodline that many people from your family has suffered from, okay? You are breaking free from that. You are accumulating generational wealth and legacy. I'm going to read, this is Deuteronomy 15. And this instruction is important pertaining to being obedient. It's why you have to be obedient to God and do whatever God tells you to do. And I'm going to just say this real quick. Let me read Deuteronomy 15 verse 5 real quick and say what I have to say, and then I'll continue, okay? Deuteronomy 15 verse 5. If only you fully obey the Lord your God and are careful to follow these commands I am giving you today. The Lord is giving commands in this book as to where He wants the wealth to go, okay? But I'm going to say something to you. The obedience is not just pertaining to where God wants the wealth to go, but God also wants you to be obedient pertaining to His instructions for this to be able to happen in the first place. His instructions for you to be able to break cycles, to break chains, etc. And some of these instructions are going to be very difficult. Some of these instructions are going to require you to release people. Release the people, right, who are connected to these covenants. If God is breaking you free from a covenant that certain people are still within, certain contracts they're still complying to, they're still within these contracts, and God has saved you, He has set you apart, He has appointed you, and He has removed you from that, right? And He tells you, you have to stay clear of this person, that person, these groups of people, because they are a part of wickedness, they are a part of a covenant, they're a part of a contract. and you continue to follow these people, you continue to associate yourself with these people, you're only putting yourself in a damaging situation. You are self-sabotaging your blessings, and not only that, but you are self-sabotaging the next generation's blessings as well. Okay, so you have to be very obedient when God tells you to remove yourself from certain people. Let me tell you something. I know it's hard to remove yourself from family. I know it is. It's not easy, and I know it may hurt. But many of you guys, the family members that God is telling you to stay clear of, these are the same family members that saw your breakthroughs. They saw your prophecies. They saw your blessings. These are the same family members that did things to block you, whether it be witchcraft, whether it be slander, whether it be sabotage, whatever they did things to block you. Some of these family members even wanted to sacrifice you so they can receive wealth. You have to understand that when there's a demonic contract in the bloodline and there's a covenant, right? You have to understand that every year, every 10 years, every 5 years, something has to be given to the deity they came into a contract with. Something has to be presented. You get what I'm saying? Some type of offering. When it came to Joseph's brothers first tried to kill him, and when they couldn't kill him, what did they do? They sold him. They sold him, okay? They sold their own brother for money, okay? When someone is offering you up as, an offering, they can either kill you or they can also what? Sell you. Do you get it? Just take that in. Just really take it in, right? Just take it in. Joseph's brothers what? Sold him, okay? So you have to understand that, yes, although God told Joseph he can reconcile with his brothers and Joseph forgave his brothers, right? Not everybody is going to be able to reconcile with their family members. And guess what? Do you know why some of your family members, they continue to try hurting you, even though you've forgiven them, even though you pray for them, you're not doing nothing to them, and you're wondering why they keep going and they never stop? Let me tell you why. Because they lost, as in the generational wealth that God is about to accumulate in your life. They cannot have any part of that. They cannot touch it. They can't be associated with it. They're not even allowed to receive portions of that. And the reason being is because of their wickedness and what they're doing. And because they cannot have any parts of your success, they don't want to witness it, and they don't want you to make it to that level to where they have no choice but to watch you prosper after trying to tear you down for all these years, okay? Yes, God may say you can bless them from a distance. You may bless them from a distance. You may help them pay off a bill, or you may help them open a store. You can bless them from a distance, but they cannot have access to you. They cannot have access to you. And you have to understand that some of them are very greedy, and they have a greedy mindset, and they want everything that you have. They don't want a bill being paid for. They don't want you to open a business for them. They want everything you have. So instead of being grateful for the blessings they would receive from you as a gift, they want to try to take everything you have, right? Due to this greed, they will receive nothing, or they will receive a small portion. And now they have to watch you elevate. An example of this is, let's just say that, you ever see those shows where somebody says that there's $1 million right here. You can either take the $1 million or you can split it with these 10 people. And some people, they'll split it, and then there's some who are like, no, I want the whole million. That's the mindset of the family members you have, except they're wicked, as in they would rather see you die so they could accumulate these millions, right? Or they rather see you suffering. They don't want you to have nothing at all, because they feel like it's not good enough for you to bless them with some money, or it's not good enough for you to bless them with a business. It's not good. If you are the one that's receiving this wealth, and you're the one that's in charge, and you're making the decisions as to where the funds are going, or where the house or the equity or the will is going, they don't want you to have, they don't want anything at all. And the problem is, it's because you're in charge. The problem is because they have a problem with you. They have a problem with you being the chosen. They have a problem with you being the one that God is blessing, like Solomon, blessing like David, blessing like Esther. They don't want you to be in a leadership position at all. They want you to be beneath them. So if that means that they would prefer to sabotage you so you could have nothing and they don't receive anything, rather than you having it all and being a leader and sharing something with them, that's greedy. That is greedy and that is selfish. And now, because they were exposed for their ways, because many of you guys, I know God told you who did it. I know he said it was your aunt, or it was your uncle, or it was your brother, it was your sister, or like my case, your mom. Like, I know God told you guys who's been doing the witchcraft, the sabotage, the slandering behind your back. He's told you. And that's why he said stay clear of them. Because he has stuff for you. He has a promise for you. And as long as they're in the picture, he can't release it. Why? Because why would God want to reward the wicked? Why would God want you, right? Your hard work, your obedience, your sleepless nights, the cries you tear, the fights you had to fight to get to where you're gonna get to. Why would God want you, right, to associate yourself, to give this person access to your life, to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor after they were trying to block it and put you 6 feet under? He can't bless you, he can't pour on you until you release them. And because some of them know that you are no longer going to be in contact with them, and because they cannot sit down and enjoy the fruits of your labor with you at your table, right? That's why they keep going. But it's their loss. God said it is their loss. And if you're not obedient and you don't listen to God, it will be your loss. And God doesn't want that for you, because he said his plan is to what? His plan is to prosper you and not to harm you. So Deuteronomy 15, verse 6. For the Lord your God will bless you as he has promised. And you will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. So many of you guys, you're the one that's going to be in lead, blessing people. And you won't have to borrow anything, because God can trust you because of your heart, because of your kindness, the kind of person you are. You're the kind of person that when you had nothing, you were giving back. You're the kind of person, even when you found that your enemies were doing things to you, you still wanted to bless them. You still thought about how you can share your wealth with them, or how you can open this up for them and that for them, not realizing the whole time while you're planning to bless this person, to buy them a house, or to buy them a car, or to bring them to school, pay off their school debt. While you're thinking about doing all this person had your name on an altar. This person had your photo buried in a graveyard somewhere. This person was out there spending money to multiple spiritualists while you sat there trying to divide out the wealth that you didn't even get in your own hands yet. And God saw that, because your heart is big. He saw that. But that's why he's putting restrictions on the type of access they can have to you. But he is putting you in that position to be a leader, to be the one to give and not the one to borrow. And that is the problem these people have, is the fact that you're the one that's going to be in that leadership position. They don't want you to be a leader. You know why? Because they always said you were going to be nothing in life. They told you were stupid. They told you that you should be like that person, trying to compare you to other people. They said all these things to you to try to put you down, to let you lose confidence, because they knew you were going to be great, but they didn't want you to know. They wanted you to feed into what they were saying, to receive these word curses and stay below them, stay beneath them. And another thing is, because they know that they have treated you so bad, they cannot take any recognition for the blessings and the breakthrough that's about to be in your life. See, these people wanted to be idolized. They wanted people to bow to them and to say, you're such a good father, you're such a good mother, you're such a good sister, or you're such a this, you're such a good friend, and you've been there for this person while they were down. They wanted to take the recognition for your hard work, to make it seem like it's because of them why you're receiving what you're receiving. They didn't want you to give God the recognition. But now you see, because they got caught in their wickedness, they can have no part of it at all. And that is what's bothering them. You continue to be obedient to God, and you continue to thrive in life, and you continue to fight, because where he's going to take you, many people in your family have not entered doors like this, ever. So God is going to bless you. And I also want to just tell you guys, because I put a message out weeks back about this, but this is the year of canceling debts. Debts are about to be canceled. Many of you guys, you're about to be poured on, okay? And just be very careful as to who you allow in your space. It's a time right now to be very discreet. It's a time right now to just be focused on everything that God has for you, his plans for you. We were so distracted for too long. It's time for all of us to get back on track, all right? Demonic contracts, agreements, these debts, you've been pulled out of that. You have nothing to do with that. Nothing. And there's a lot of innocent people in your bloodline that had nothing to do with that. But you're the one that said yes to God. You're the one that has a big heart. You're the one that's been obedient. You're the one that God has called for a time such as this. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.